What happened? Oh, well, the shower is just down the hall. Well, after the shower, you should feel what the I can work with this. Good afternoon, religion enthusiasts. I'm Bunny Blast, and this is 10-Minute Ordeal. After the massacre of floodgates and dragon ruling of Tier Shizu, which we did first, there's a Konami plant in the Gods Format Discord, link in the description. The modern deck building philosophy changed from trap focused control decks and already present meta threats to overlay fusion and generic Pandal hams. Now, this deck seeks to bring some cards that have fallen to the waysides of the TCG to the forefront, using this new deck building stratagem. Presenting Dragoon-MAID.
Iris is really nice, man. What?
So here's the list. For the second time ever, I'll give you a background about the archetype, have a little discussion about what I hope the deck can do, and of course, the card by card. But first, this video is sponsored by PIZZAHUT.com and their new Bestial Brunch. For a limited time, you can get one Mambo-sized Magnolet pizza, 4 cans of either Diet Dr. Jewish Worm or Sparkling Sarnier, and 3 orders of Lubredion sticks. But wait, you can get a free Bestial Brunch. All you gotta do is like, subscribe, and write in the comment section #FreeDrident to enter the giveaway. And if you want a sneak peek at the Baldrake biscuits and gravy, all you gotta do is head over to the Discord, link in the description. Now let's eat some glue. Dragoon-MAID is a mid-range deck that historically set up the outstanding board of Seal's Pass. It did see a moment of playability in Dragon Link, since Tiding is such a strong card, but once LP got banned, the deck fell off. It did technically gain a bit of playability once the Bestials released, however, Branded and Tier just used them better. Now, on to Dragoon. Dragoon was the first Verte target to really propagate, using Red Eyes Fusion to dump DM and Red Eyes Black Dragon. However, Dragoon was easily replaced by DPE, since Fusion Destiny is not a Garnet, and Celestial is Pot of Greed. Now onto the card by card. For our Bestials, 1 Pizza Hut, 3 Lubellion, 3 Jewish Worm, and 1 Sarnier. For Dragoon-Maids, we have 3 Chamber, which adds a spell trap, 3 Parlor, which sends a card, and a Lopar. For our DM package, we have 3 Magician Souls, 3 Illusion of Chaos, and the one of Dark Magician. For spells and traps, we have Branded Regained, Dragoon-Maid Hospitality, which is a reborn, Pendulum Paradox, we'll get to this card later, a Branded Beast, 3 Tiding, which is very good with the Bestials, since you can add a Bestial on field back to hand to continue Biston, 3 Imperm, 3 Solemn Scolding, which is a hand trap, an Omni Negate, and Called by the Grave. And of course, 3 Torrential Tribute to round out the traps. For our extra deck, we have a Xiao, a House, 2 Dragoon, 1 The Dark Magicians, which is in case we don't see any dragons, a Borreload Dragon to out Dragoon, a Dark, an IP, a Nightmare Unicorn for said IP, a Pisty, a Striker, a Seals, which has been downgraded to Tribute Fodder for Bestials, a Borreload Savage Dragon, and one of each, Lecter and Luster Pendulum. These are our Penned Paradox targets, which reads, add 2 face-up pendulum monsters with the same pendulum scale but different names from your extra deck to your hand. We add Lecter and Luster, which start in our extra deck, and this gives us access to 2 free material for links, a Synchro 8 in Savage, since the monster effect of Luster Pendulum is only a monster effect, not a spell effect, wink, and the occasional one-sided skill drain if our opponent is on Pendulum. Also, honorable mention, if you want to be playing some higher level monsters, for Xiao, as an example, you can always play the said retrain and Odd Eyes Persona Dragon. Now, onto the games. Alright, game up, we're up against Invoked Dogmatica Shaddoll, a shockingly skillful deck in this format. Going first, we'll normal summon Chamber, add another Tidying, then we'll use Lubellion, add Sarnier. We'll overlay Fuse for Xiao here, use Sarnier's effect, and they'll chain Schism here. Fusion Construct, and then they use Schism's effect to pop the Xiao. We send Magma of Sarnier. Afterwards, they'll Construct send Hog, Hog add Wendy. We'll go ahead and Hospitality our Xiao back here. Set Tiding, move to end phase, draw a Paradox, and pass. In standby phase, we'll use Xiao to summon back Chamber, use Chamber effect, add another Tiding to hand. Our opponent activates Meltdown, we change Xiao to negate. However, they drew the Alistair. They add Invocation here. They'll go ahead and overlay Fuse for a copy of Invoked Raijin. Here, in order to force it out, we have to go ahead and use Tiding. They'll chain Raijin here to book House. They'll go ahead and activate Invocation here, summoning out another Raijin. They'll use Invocation's effect to add Alistair back to hand. And they'll normal Alistair again. Add Invocation, link off, do the normal line, but they'll go ahead and banish our Lubellion to summon out Mechaba. Then they'll use Shaddoll Schism to special out El Shaddoll Garista, and at this point, we'll just scoop it up. Right, game 2, we're going second here versus Branded, and gladly our opponent opened a bit of a stinker. They'll go ahead and normal Albaz, overlay Fuse for Lubellion, then they'll use Lubellion's effect to fusion summon out Mirror Jade. They'll set 1, go to end phase, draw and pass. Here we'll go ahead and use Chaos effect, add a Souls. Then we'll Souls effect, dump a DM, special a DM. Here they're going to Mirror Jade to banish DM. Afterwards we'll normal summon Chamber, add ourselves a Hospitality, link off into Striker Dragon. Then we activate Hospitality to summon back the Chamber. Then we activate Pen Paradox here, add Lecter Luster. Scale both, they'll activate Branded in red, and fusion summon out Guardian Chimera. So they're going to go Chainlink 1 Chimera, Chainlink 2 Tragedy, and Chainlink 3 Adlib to summon back the Mirror Jade. Alright? So they go ahead and pop our Luster. Here we're overlay Fuse into Xiao. Then we link off Striker and Lecter for a copy of Dark. They'll chain Mirror Jade to banish Dark. We'll go ahead and Xiao to negate Mirror Jade. Alright, we summon Albion, and then we go ahead and make a link for Borlode Dragon. Afterwards we head to battle, attack, steal, and then we sink in for 3k with House. We go ahead, go to end phase. They'll go ahead and resolve both Albion and Brigand here. They add Albaz and set a Branded Banishment. In end phase we draw Magnemut and we pass. In draw, they'll activate Banishment, summon back Mirror Jade, fuse both Borlode and Guardian Chimera away for a copy of Predaplant Dragostapelia. Afterwards, they'll use Mirror Jade to banish House, activate Brand Regained, normal summon Aluber the Boober of Doober, activate effect, add Branded Fusion to summon out Rinbrum the Glory Dragon. They'll go ahead and overlay fuse out the Taxman, trigger some effects, and we'll concede here. Time for a best of 3 versus meta. We're going first against Pendulum, and they drop Royal Decree in draw phase. This might be a bit hard. We'll go ahead and use Souls here, dump DM special DM. Afterwards, we'll use Lubellion to go ahead and add a Sarnier. We'll overlay fuse for Dragoon, then we'll trigger Sarnier here to send Magmut. We'll go ahead, activate Parlor, send a Tiding, then we'll activate Penned Paradox, adding Lector Luster here. We scale them both. We go ahead, link Luster and Parlor away for IDP, go to end phase, draw an Imperm, and pass. Alright. They'll go ahead, activate Upstart for a Pendulum Paradox, and then they'll realize that they're under Lector, which is a one-sided Steel Drain against Pendulum. They'll go ahead and pen all will negate with Dragoon. Then they'll activate Paradox, add a Joker, add Harmo. They'll use Lady Ange here to draw 2. They'll normal summon Joker, go into battle phase, attack IP, and then they will concede. On to game 2, and I might have cited in too much spell and trap removal. They're going first, and they'll go ahead, Allure, banish Purple Poison, then they'll activate Paradox, adding both Joker and Harmo to hand. Normal Joker, go ahead, add a Monkey Board. They'll scale Monkey Board here, add Performapal Odd-Eyes Synchro here. Then they go ahead and overlay fuse out Odd-Eyes Vortex Dragon, scale Gentrude. They're going to pend 3 here, Celestial, Pensork, and Magician. They'll chainlink 1 Magician, chainlink 2 Pensork. They'll pop the scales, add Yugo Golem Joker, then special a Purple Poison from deck. Here they'll scale Yugo Golem, then sync off for Tilting Entertainment. Summon Synchron, and then go ahead, sync off for Barone, normal Joker, add a Performapal Gentrude. They will then, and put it back, add Celestial Magician. Then they'll use Celestial Magician's effect. They'll link summon Moon Maiden. Then they go ahead and overlay here for Iwas. They trigger Yugo Golem here, add Monkey Board back to hand. Then they overlay for Abyss Dweller. They scale Harmo. Then they summon out Borloat here. We will attempt to Magnemont their Artemis. However, they will negate. And after this point, we will simply concede. Now time for that all-important Game 3. Going first here, we did draw 3 pieces of DM, but we still have plays. We'll go ahead, normal Parlor, activate effect, sending Tiding, then we'll overlay fuse with DM to summon out Dragoon, then we use Tiding to summon back Parlor, then we overlay fuse with Druisworm here to make Xiao. We draw an end phase, add Scolding, pass. Then we use Xiao to special Parlor back in standby. Use Parlor's effect to send a Tiding to grave. It should have been a low par for battle phase reasons. However, they're going to scale Pensork, then activate Duelist Alliance to add Pen Paradox. Then they'll activate Pen Paradox, will negate with Xiao. Then they'll scale Celestial Magician, attempt to pen summon 3. We'll go ahead and activate Solemn Scolding, and that causes them to concede. And we're back with the deck, and Pen Paradox is not lasting that long. Let's do the virtues and sins. First, the virtues. 1. Dragoon is a house. It demands an immediate response and makes DM the greatest interruption magnet this side of the Mississippi River. 2. The Bestials haven't stopped being good. Heck, they're improved by Tiding being activatable from hand. And 3. Pen Paradox is a good card. So is Lecter, and Savage, and the Link ones, and Seals. You've seen what this card can unlock. And the sins. 1. Dragoon is a known quantity. People will be packing Kaijus and IDP and Borreload to out it. 2. The deck isn't super consistent. Oftentimes you'll find yourself missing 1 or 2 parts of your deck. And 3. This deck has some trouble keeping up with the hyper-consistent combo decks prevailing throughout this format. All in all, I'm just glad that there are still decks that are playable that won't harm my smooth brain. Hey, just wanted to thank the people in the Gods Format Discord. 1, for continuing to play this amazing format, and 2, for living through me continuing to play Dragoon. I understand that it is a bit of a hard card to out. Also, thank you to you, viewer, for liking, commenting, subscribing, etc. If you want to see some more Gods format content, there are going to be links on screen. Go ahead and click those. And see you next time.